right, here we are this morning at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, and I am working as a yacht broker for Florida Yacht Group, as you can see on my shirt. Yeah. All right, well, good morning. I'm here with Larry, the owner of Aspen Yachts.
Hello, man.
Good to see you today. Where are we today?
We're at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show.
And you can see Pier 66 in the background over there. It's a beautiful location here with a bunch of other power cats and catamarans and a beautiful Jeanneau sailboat as well. But Larry's going to give us the rundown and tell us all about his wonderful, beautiful 40-foot power cat catamaran.
Great. I guess, let's do a walk through the boat, but
Okay.
before we do that, I think it's really important to talk about how special the boat is on the water.
Yeah.
A lot of boats are kind of bouncy and tippy, and they bang and they spray and do all those kind of things. And with an Aspen, all of that basically goes away. The boat in the ocean, in the water, is just a really nice place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's the core thing. Then we build a beautiful boat around all those good engineering details in the hull. But the boat in the ocean, in the water, is really, really special. And
Yeah.
so that's the core thing. And then let's go into some of the details.
Yeah, well, explain that to me. You were saying that it has one engine on the starboard side.
Right. So it's
Okay.
a Power Proa hull.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal from an engineering viewpoint, I wanted a boat that was slipperier in the water. I wanted less drag. I wanted more efficiency. I hated the big fuel bills, and yet I wanted to go quick.
Okay.
And so the Aspen does all that, and the Proa hull is the core of why we're able to do that. The port hull is 35% thinner than the starboard hull. It doesn't have to carry the weight of an engine. It's a single engine boat, and it doesn't have any appendage drag. There's no keel, rudder, prop, shaft, none of that stuff on the port side. So very, very efficient. It does create a little bit of twisting motion, a little bit of drag, and so what we've done is up in the bows where we have a lot of leverage, we've created a shape a little bit like an airplane wing, whereas the hull flows through the water, it actually lifts starboard. Yet to go through the water, prop is pushing and it pushes port. And what I've done from an engineering and physics view is simply balance out those two forces. And first guy in the world to do that. We have patents in 8 countries so far.
Excellent.
And so, kind of fun.
I'd definitely say so.
Yeah.
Let's see how she is out on the water.
Yeah.
I heard from John, our fellow worker at the Florida Yacht Group, that they were in really high seas the other day and just cut through the water like...
Just slices through.
Yeah.
It's a fun place to be in open ocean in heavy seas. It's like great fun, not oh my God, scared, fearful kind of a thing.
Awesome. Well, let's step aboard and we'll take a tour with you, okay?
All right, great. So here we are at the stern of the boat,
Okay.
and we've got an enormous swim platform. It's actually 4 feet long, and what I was trying to do here with the swim platform was to give us a way to carry a nice big dinghy, but that when the dinghy was in the water, I didn't have the swim platform covered with all these stainless steel davit things and so forth. So
Right.
the idea here is you unclip the stainless steel bars here,
Right.
and then push a button and there's an electric winch and it lowers the dinghy down into the water,
Mm-hmm.
and then you float the dinghy away, and then you keep going with the winch, and this whole assembly folds down into a notch in the swim
I
platform.
see. Okay, let me
And
show on the other side.
So it disappears in the swim platform, but then what you also have, if you look on the right side there's a big swim ladder. Huge swim ladder
I
with a nice
see.
handhold, and
As
the
it
steps
folds
go
down.
deep into the water, so it's really easy to get in and out of the water.
Right.
It even has a zinc on it, so if you leave it in overnight, which you really shouldn't, it doesn't damage the stainless steel. So
Great.
it takes about 3 minutes to put the dinghy in,
Uh-huh.
and it's just a wonderfully easy thing to do. When we go cruising, sometimes we'll stop at a beach somewhere and anchor up for lunch. You just splash the dinghy and go to shore. It's really easy. Quite different than most boats. And when the dinghy's in the water and the davit's down, the whole swim platform, which is kind of like your play zone for
Yeah.
swimming and kayaking and all that, is free and
Is-
clear of all of this weird stainless steel stuff.
And it's flush and you're not stubbing your toes because that goes
Exactly.
right into that little groove and notch.
Right. And then you also have some fun things here, just a great big cleat.
Nice.
Sometimes when you're tying up, that's the place you want it,
Yep.
because if you put it here, you'll end up with the line across where you're trying to step on and off the boat.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
some differences there.
Very nice.
Here we've got a nice big door,
Mm-hmm.
that latches in, and then you also have a bar that comes across, so when you're out in the ocean, nice and safe.
Yeah. Something to hold on to.
Let's go here. The other nice thing that's kind of come around here We've got a great big teak table that goes in the back cockpit. And the thing that where do you put that big table? So
Yeah.
you know, I like to be able to put things away. And
Oh wow,
so
this
engineered
is so cool.
right out of the gate a access and a storage place for that big teak table and the posts and everything.
That's awesome.
And you also have access to the fuel filters here,
Okay.
where they're easy to get to. And everything is guttered, so everything drains overboard. Nothing drains into the cockpit. Big scuppers everywhere. Look at the size of the hardware.
Yeah.
And all the hardware we use is 316 stainless. And these latches all have gaskets in them too, so you don't have any...
Look how perfectly it goes back in there.
Yeah.
So
There's
neat.
that. If you swing around here, I can show you a part of the engine room
Okay.
and the lazarette. So this comes up, and just like a super yacht, you've got nice stairs down into
Nice.
the lazarette. There you've got your rudder post, easy access, the stern thruster, plumbing, your steering rudder, cylinder, back of the engine, all those kind of things. And I'm going to step down here and just show you
how roomy it really is, right?
It's nice. It's like a yacht.
Yep.
This hatch comes up, and you have wonderful access to the engine.
Yeah, you definitely
Your
do.
raw water strainer, your dipstick, your oil filters, your antifreeze, where the oil goes in, your air cleaner, the raw water ball valve, everything super nice and accessible here. And that's kind of unusual. Again, everything guttered, everything is sound deadened, stainless steel springs, big gaskets everywhere. And then there's even another hatch here to get to the front of the engine. That's pretty nice too. You've got battery switches, a few of the battery switches here. There's turbocharger. Transmission is forward, but the engine and all the heat and noise of the engine is behind that bulkhead.
Okay.
So it's very quiet inside the boat when you're running it. No vibration. And all the heat when you shut down is outside the boat, not inside where it's kind of radiating. Your air conditioner has to compete with it. So those are real nice features.
Excellent.
It's a V-drive design. It's a Volvo 435. Most of the people order. You can also get it with a Volvo 330, a little bit cheaper. But they get the 435 because it has the supercharger on it, and its fuel efficiency is better with the 435.
So at a cruising speed, what's the range of this?
Well, it uses about 10 gallons an hour.
Okay.
At 16 knots, so about 17 and a half miles an hour is 10 gallons an hour. And the standard fuel is 180 gallons.
Okay.
Although a lot of folks order the expedition tanks, it gets them up to 220 gallons.
Okay.
So you can generally go around 300 to 360 miles on a fill-up.
Great.
Which is kind of unheard of for a boat this size.
Sure is.
Again, a single engine boat, 40 feet long, with a top speed of 24.
Right.
And cruise at 19 to 20.
Right.
And
you're going...
fuel efficiency is insanely good. And it's a single engine, a single 435. Hull is so slippery, it can top out at 23, 24 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Real special.
It sure is.
Here we've got a couple of storage areas. Underneath here, I can't open it right now, is a giant storage bustle kind of a unit on the swim platform. It has a cushion that goes on it so that when you do have the dinghy in, you can sit back here and have a drink if you want.
Yep.
More important is underneath that is storage for all the stuff you always put in the dinghy.
Yes.
The life jackets and all those things.
Yeah, dive tanks could probably fit in there as well.
Yes. Here you got a big storage area that the owner has full of stuff. And it's about 3 feet by 4 feet, 4.5 feet, and 18 inches deep. Nice cushion on top. This is a big scupper here. It even has 2 little blue lights in it for poser lights at night.
Nice.
This is special here too. You know, we've got the whole back bulkhead opening up here.
Right. Oh, okay.
In just a matter of a second, you can shut it.
Very
And
nice.
close the door.
So if the rain comes,
Boom.
2
We've
seconds
got a nice
done.
spot. Yeah.
You certainly do.
Yeah. These are some special stairs. If you notice when I go up and I put my hands on,
Yes.
notice how my arms, I don't have to move my arms. It follows the direction.
Right.
You know, it's really comfortable stairs. I like details. I really like engineering where it's all elegant and smooth and easy to use.
Yeah, well, you've done a good job of that.
Here we've got another big storage area.
Okay.
I'm kind of big on storage.
Yep.
But you know, you just have stuff when you go boating. Here you've got a shower.
Oh, that's nice.
Deck shower. This is another big lazarette. It's a great big area to store things and easy access to machinery space, basically. And this door comes off right here on the generator, and all the service points on the generator, it's a Kohler 6 kW, and all those service points, the oil, filters, everything is right behind that little door that opens up.
Awesome.
Another detail, if you notice our sound insulation, some of the companies will buy sound insulation. You can buy the same material, but it doesn't have the lead sheet inside it, so it doesn't actually work.
Gotcha.
So we spend the extra money for the better sound deadening. And again, here, big hardware. There's an O-ring here, so no water leaks in.
Oh, that's great.
And all gutters all the way around. I like things to stay dry. This is a sink and another rinsing shower kind of a place.
Sure.
Although we've got a new option here that almost everybody's ordered, and it basically takes the sink away, turns this into a lid, and then down below we put in an ice box that's 2 inches thick of insulation.
Okay.
And people seem to really want that extra icebox space.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Overhead here, you've got nice lights and stuff, so you know, at night it's kind of a fun place to be. And then this is covered with brochures, but you know, you've got a nice little wet bar kind of an area here.
Yeah.
Nice place to enjoy the day.
Certainly. I like those stools, the way they swing out and then
And
swing
get out
back
of the
in.
way, and you don't have to have deck chairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
While we're out here, let's go up on the front deck.
Okay.
Starboard deck trail is about 16 inches, and port deck trail is about 12. So you normally, you know, you're just trying to get to the bow. Why not make one really big and comfortable? That's what we did.
Okay.
Handhold here. Notice here, even a gutter, so the rainwater that runs off the side of the deck
Yep.
goes overboard, not into your cockpit. Seems obvious, but
Little designs. Yep.
as we go forward here, you notice the reflection in the window? This is solar guard glass.
Okay.
And so about 50% of the sun's energy is reflected out before it even gets into the boat. So the air conditioners don't have to work so hard.
Yeah.
That's really important.
That's
Look at the
vicious.
size of this rail. Inch
Yeah.
and a half, 3/16 stainless, and it's really solid.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of the guys will go to more like this size of rail, 1-inch rail, and they'll have a bunch of little fittings and set screws, just not great at all. But notice I have handholds everywhere, and I tell you, the gals, you know, there's always a partner involved.
There is.
And these are critical things, safe access to the bow.
Okay.
All the glass is real tempered safety glass. There's no plexiglass or cheap glass in the boat at all.
Okay.
Even the wipers are pantograph wipers here, so they really sweep a big area, and they're available with intermittent, just like a car would have, but most boats don't do it. They even have washers standard.
Oh, very nice.
Look at the size of these hatches, 22 by 22 Bomars,
Yeah.
and they're strong. You can step on them if you want to.
Yeah, and they're not giving it all.
No, and this front deck area is got 2 beams, one that wraps through underneath the window, and another beam right here. So I'm 230 pounds, nothing at all, solid,
Awesome.
which is important.
Yes, it is.
Notice how level the deck is, and there's a little toe kick here. So as you start to get to the edge, you get a little bit of feedback that, hey, I'm getting to the edge.
Yep.
These are special cleats too. These are newfound metal cleats. They cost a lot, but I think they're really elegant and just a prettier piece. And why do a boring cleat that's been around for 100 years when you can buy something stylish?
Right, and you're not going to stub your toe on that because it's on the edge.
Exactly. These are LED navigation lights here, rated for 20,000 hours. They're about 3 times the cost of normal lights, but hey, let's put the best pieces in the boat.
Right.
Look at the size of the hinges here for all these hatches. They're huge, and they're all through bolted, or they're bolted into an aluminum plate that was laminated in. This is a little messy, but gives you an idea. The anchor locker, basically. And look at the gutters, huge gutters, big gaskets, stainless steel springs. You can get a wash down for your anchor rod, which is real nice. Here is our windlass. And this is about a 1,400 pound windlass from Lumar.
Okay.
Some folks want the little bit smaller 1,200 pound one that's all polished stainless steel. That's the one I like. But again, it's whatever you want. And
Of
you've got
course.
controls for that right here.
All right.
Up and down.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. Nice little seat here. And take a view. I mean, look at this space up here. I mean, it is a beautiful, beautifully done boat. Nice venturi to keep the wind off you when you're up on the fly bridge.
Yes.
This is the deck trail on our port side here, and it's functional for sure. It's bigger than a lot of boats have, but it's kind of fun to have the one that's huge and the one that's just nicer.
Yep.
This is our shore power connection. When we do air conditioning, we do one for the 30 amp for the air conditioning and a 30 amp for the house. And we do it with 2 cords because the 50 amp cords are so big. A lot of our owners really don't like having to store and handle a cord that's bigger than the size of your thumb.
Right.
And so we did it this way. If a customer wants a 50 amp service, we can do that. But most of the owners really prefer twin 30s. And if it's a warmer weather or cooler, normal weather without air, don't need air conditioning, you just have to deal with a 30 amp.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. Here you've got handholds everywhere as you come down. Really nice. Let's go up on the fly bridge.
All right, let's go on up there.
Okay. So good handholds everywhere, really good treadles.
Yeah, as you can see.
And the steps are normal steps, not unusual steps. Things that are kind of fun here, the fiberglass on the deck here in the fly bridge all drains to this scupper area.
Yep.
And there's a fitting, and then it drains down. It actually goes down the tube that's in the rail.
Okay.
And then it goes into a through hull and goes over the side of the boat. Kind of fun again.
Yeah.
Here we've got these big hatches are important, but a lot of the guys will just try to hold it up with a gas spring. When you're out in the open ocean and the boat's rocking, and or it's windy, the hatch can come down on somebody and hit them in the head, which is really bad.
Yeah.
So what I did is I made a little piece like that that really supports it.
Right.
I'll close it just to show you what it's like.
All right. That's nice.
Yeah, and you've got a little hatch here for ventilation if you want. And the brow on the hardtop is long enough over the cockpit that you could actually enclose the back cockpit too if you wanted.
Oh, wow.
So, but again, the details here are special.
Yeah, well, it looks like you've thought of everything here.
Yeah, well, you know what I haven't thought of? I have really smart owners.
And they've suggested?
I listen to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So under here you've got a great big sun lounge, but underneath that is an air-to-air air conditioner that's 15,000 BTUs.
Air-to-air, and that's nice.
So you don't have all that salt water running around in the boat when you're trying to do air conditioning. And this backrest here is there's pins, and you can basically, let me show you.
Yep.
This pulls out, and then the whole assembly comes forward and drops down, so you have a great big sunbed here.
Oh wow, that's so nice.
You'd fit on that great, Amanda.
I sure would. When are we going out?
Here you've got a back deck area, and this is a big space up here. It's 140 square feet of additional kind of play zone.
Yeah.
And I've had parties up here with 12, 14 people up on the fly bridge. It's a great spot in the evening for drinks.
I'm sure it is. And this
is our optional radar arch here.
Okay.
Most of the guys that get the fly bridge get the radar arch, and then you've got a bimini top that folds forward, and with 2 quick pins it folds back, so you can have sun or not, depending on what you want. We also just developed an option that ties in here, and it's an extended brow that comes back about to here, and it has 4 100-watt solar panels on it. So you can get 400 watts of charge, about 26 amps at 12 volts from solar power if you'd like, and some owners are really interested in that.
Oh, certainly.
Again, all 316 stainless, all welded, and the arch, if you look down at the bottom, has hinge pins. You can unbolt it. If you have to get under a bridge, if you're doing the Great Loop or something, you can fold that and
yeah, why don't you explain that? Someone was asking about that yesterday. You said it has to be 19 feet to get under the Great Loop?
Yeah, well, it depends on
bridge?
which routes you go, but there's a bridge in Chicago that's 19.
Yep.
And this will go underneath that just by folding the little mast for the light. But,
okay.
But if you are going to work the intercoastal and some of the other areas, you may find in areas that you'll want to fold the mast, and essentially You take these 4 nuts off and pull that pin, and the whole thing hinges back, just like that.
Wow, that's
really nice. All
that's
set
great.
up at the beginning.
Yep.
Here's kind of the other kind of details. You'll look throughout the boat, and there's pies like this. Any place that you're ever going to need to get to in the future, I've put the service pies in right from the beginning.
That is great, and you can get to all the wiring and all the things that you need to quite easily.
Notice the connectors here are all heat shrink connectors.
Yep.
And that's pretty unusual. They're about $1 a piece, and most of the companies will tend to use, you know, connectors that are about 5 cents a piece. The upholstery here is done with a high quality foam, better than average, and the vinyl is actually done with Olympus vinyl. It's about 3 times the cost of normal vinyls, but when you put it in the wear test equipment, it lasts about 6 times as long.
Does it?
And it's UV stabilized.
Nice.
It cost me a lot, but I think it's worth it to have the better vinyl that'll last a long time.
Yeah.
Here you got a wonderful dash, and notice how everything is kind of angled at you. Everything is convenient to get to. Nothing too close together, but just in a nice layout. And when you're at the helm here, kind of put your camera here and kind of look at what the helmsman gets to see. Just beautiful view. Then you've got a teak table that's standard here on the right. And there's a canvas cover for this, and then the boat comes standard when you get the flybridge with the canvas cover over this whole area too. So you know, you can button it up.
Nice.
But, yeah. Here, why don't you sit there for a second and I'll hold the camera. You can see
right.
how...
Well, I want to lay down on this side. Let's see here now.
There you go. You're ready.
This nice plush cushioning.
That's it. You got it. Try up there, though. That's a fun spot, too, because you can sit there and actually talk with the helmsman really nicely, too.
Yeah, and you're not going to get windblown to
Right.
Wow, this is really
it's
nice.
comfortable. It's really comfortable.
It is. I can just imagine you sitting there kicking back.
We're ready to go. That's it.
So,
all right.
Awesome.
Good.
All right, so let's go down in stairs.
Yeah, we'll go downstairs. I like to do this forward, and I've got some big handholds here, so I just go down like this.
Okay.
And grab the rails, and it's just a real, even if the boat's bouncing around, this is a safe way to go.
Safe
so I
way to
always
do it.
that way.
All right, well, I'm going to go backwards then, too, and do like you.
All right.
Here we go. You're right about the handholds. They make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of seems obvious, but a lot of guys don't do the stairs that way. So I've opened this door back up.
Yeah.
My son Nick has always got a lot of junk around.
Yeah, well, it's a boat show, so we need junk. We definitely need water, too.
Yeah.
It can get hot in here. This is beautiful.
Yeah, so you've got a dinette here on the right for 6. You've got a galley here that's... let's see. So you've got a galley here, when this is down, that's 17 feet long. And currently covered with a bunch of brochures and stuff. But, you know, big galley, 3-burner stove. Here you've got a nice big oven. Today it's cooking brochures.
What's for dinner?
Underneath, you've got
Nice big storage
area for pots and pans.
Right.
And to design that, I actually went home, grabbed my wife's stack of pans, came to work, and we made the drawer big enough to carry every pan that Kathy uses.
Very nice.
So pretty fun. These are great big drawers too. I mean, look at the size.
Really
of them.
long,
4 of them. Yeah. Big drawers. The whole interior of the boat is done with Burmese teak. And you want to use Burmese teak because if you look at it's a material that holds up really well. The reason it holds up is the wood naturally has oils in it, so the moisture can't go in and out of the wood. So that's good. So when you put a finish on Burmese teak in a marine environment, it actually stays. And you know it works. If you look at say a 30, 40-year-old sailboat that had a teak interior, it still looks brand new, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And so that's really important to me. I want things that last.
Yes.
And that helps our owners in resale value too. So when their boats go to get resold, they tend to sell for tremendously close to what they bought them for, which means their actual cost of boating was pretty low.
Right.
This is a teak table here that converts, does some fun things.
Yeah, show us that. I love the inlay in there too.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So this folds like that. Now you've got kind of a coffee table.
Nice.
But really, watch this. Isn't that fun?
Awesome.
Yeah. And so the idea here is that you can lower the table, and then I actually kind of a lazy guy, so I wanted a lazy boy.
Oh,
So this reclines out, and you can lower the table and put a cushion on it and actually have a lazy boy.
That's awesome.
And, you know, when I'm out boating, I play hard, and
you want to relax just as hard, right?
Comfortable too.
Wow.
So, you know,
So
that's
nice.
pretty fun. You can also order the boat with a non-folding table and adjust the cushions so that it's can be a bed area here too.
Gotcha.
Here is a huge storage area.
Oh, that's really a
You
lot
know,
of storage.
right next to where you need it, across from the galley. And then here's a drawer assembly for silverware. You don't even
Nice.
have to get up to get your silverware.
Right.
Here is another enormous drawer.
Wow.
You know, for all that stuff.
Yep,
okay?
all those snacks. I know where to come for snack time.
Yeah. Here's a big space underneath the sink, and this owner's got it full of things, which is, you know, they should do.
Yep.
And then other space, right where you're cooking. Look at that, storage
All easy
overhead.
access, yeah.
And you know, and it just goes along. And then we also did it on the other side of the boat as well. And so, you know, it tends to be things like games and stuff like that over there. Here you've got a nice big handhold. Around the corner here, kind of showing off more of the galley things.
Yes.
You've got a microwave in a kind of a little cubby hole.
Yeah.
And then storage underneath.
Oh, that's nice.
You
Once
know?
again, nice and deep too.
Yep, yep. The flooring in here is called Amtico. It's a synthetic teak material that's about twice the price of real teak.
Okay.
But the color goes clear through the material, and you could put sand on this and a big dog and have them do burnouts, and it doesn't do anything to it. You can pound on it with a hammer. It's
a
great.
good description.
Great. Here you've got some fun stuff that's kind of part of the galley that people don't realize that I've done. But one of the first owners owned a winery. Now this owner is not using it for wine, but they've got cups and gin.
Wow, that's great.
But you know, you need that storage again.
Got some essential oils
And
down
these-
there too, it looks like.
Yeah, and these have little magnets in them so that when it latches in, it actually stays there.
Every little thing.
Yeah.
Now, what
tons
do
of
we have
detail.
here? Is this
Here you have
more-
a beautiful fridge freezer. So
Yeah.
this is a Nova Cool. It's a special high quality unit. This is the freezer. And if you feel it, it's actually filled with urethane foam.
Okay.
So that's a better insulator than the glass fibers that a lot of the refrigerator companies will do. And this has a very expensive high efficiency pump too. There
Okay.
you got a
Nice big
refrigerator.
refrigerator.
And it has LED lights inside. Pretty nice. You know, good unit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Up here, we've got a TV
Oh, this is
that
nice.
folds down right out of the ceiling. And it actually pops out, comes like
Slides
that.
forward, right.
32-inch diagonal digital TV.
Very nice.
Super nice. And then you got to give it a little kick, and it goes back. And there we go. Let's see here. If Larry gets it right. There we go.
You got it.
Here in the ceiling, there are air vents that, let's see, which switch does that? Nav, defrost, fan. So here we got a little fresh air from outside coming in.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, kind of like an airplane deal, but
You can
if
feel
you're not
that
running-
blowing
the air conditioner's
all
not
the way
on.
back here. Right.
Yeah, it's adjustable.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. These are Bentley helm seats here. Let me get rid of this.
Ooh. These look cushy. I think I need to sit my butt in one of those.
Here, I'll get a picture of you.
All right.
All right.
Wow. Check it out. This is nice. Here you go. You want to see
All
it?
right. Yeah.
Good look. Good.
It looks great.
I think I could drive this quite easily, actually. And these are nice, comfy Bentley seats.
Yeah. So they're 2 inches extra in width. They're
Okay.
dual density foam. This is a material that's called ultra leather here.
Yeah, it's super
And
soft.
super soft. But what's really neat about it is in that wear test, it also lasts really long.
Right.
But what's really important is the fibers behind the vinyl are actually aramid fibers, like Kevlar.
Okay.
So if you sit on this with a pin, you can't poke a hole in it.
Oh, Oh, that's
you know?
awesome.
So
That's really
there you
nice. Thank you.
go.
Do you want to show and point out some of the features here?
So notice where your feet are at here. Let me show that.
Okay.
So, so this owner, it was a shorter person and wanted the option to have a filler. He's tall, his wife's not as tall, and so that's a little filler piece we made for them.
That's perfect for me because
Yeah,
wouldn't-
to sit all day, it's way more comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So then here below, put your foot out here. That's the foot for somebody that's not so tall.
Right.
For Larry with long legs,
You
I
go
put my
one
foot
underneath,
below.
right?
Again, seems like obvious thing, but nobody does it.
Right. All the little creature comforts.
Right. Notice how your switch panels are all right here, easy to get to. You know, radios, everything's just really nicely laid out. I'm going to turn the air conditioner on
Yeah,
here
it is nice and comfortable.
because we can.
And the all-important drink cups. Definitely must have those.
Okay. So another fun thing here, you know, this is when you're at the helm here, it's typically DC power you're trying to control.
Right.
Here is your whole DC panel system. And we can see that there. But the things that you've got here that are kind of fun, you've got some real nice meters, and they actually have shunts in them, so we can read the amperage, not only the voltage.
Right.
And
that's
so
nice.
that's pretty neat. And then these are remote controlled battery switches, so you don't have to go back and flip the switch. It's just a matter of, you know, flip it down, turn it on. There it is.
That's
that
nice.
quick. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's the computers we don't need. The other thing that's kind of fun here, look at how this opens up.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah, just opens
Easy
up.
to get to all the different ones, yeah.
Right,
Nice
and notice how
access.
the wires are all labeled. With every wire is labeled with what it does.
Oh, and where it goes to.
Yeah, and the other end has the same shrink wrapped label on it. And these are Blue Seas Systems fuse holders. They're made in Bellingham, Washington. All of these components are from Blue Seas. Again, more of the yacht type stuff. Made in America. You can buy copies of these parts for about $8 instead of $40 from China, but the metal that holds the fuse in place is susceptible to heat. So as soon as it gets warm, the fuse falls out.
Yeah.
Just what you needed.
Not what we needed. Not at all what we needed.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, every little detail, every little step along the way, you've really thought through, Larry. This is very impressive.
Yeah.
Very
These
impressive.
are special too here. So, when, you know, the boat's got 4 pumps in each hull, and you know, when you leave your boat, you always come back. You kind of wonder, did a pump ever run? These are bilge pump cycle counters.
Okay.
And so you can reset them. So since the boat was put together, it's had 2 cycles in that bilge pump.
Okay.
But if you were left, came back after 2 weeks, and that said 200,
You'd know there was an
there
issue.
was a problem.
Yeah.
And otherwise, without that counter, you would never have an idea that you had a leak in the boat.
Right.
So we do these kind of things.
Yeah.
All right?
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Let's come on down here.
Okay.
Maybe you should go first. Well, let's go in here.
Yeah. Let's show us this.
The wide angle camera might be good here.
Yeah, we'll definitely show that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in the port head. There's 2 heads in the boat, 2 showers. That's special in a 40, kind of unusual. But if you have guests, it's super nice to be able to have 2 showers, and everybody can get going in the morning. You don't have to wait to cycle through the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
definitely.
So,
Nice
teak crate.
flooring. Yeah.
and
Plenty of room.
yeah.
Oh, look,
And-
there we are.
Here we go. Look at that, a nice big vanity.
Yeah.
And then...
I love these blue bowls.
yeah, aren't they great?
That's just a special, special touch for a woman.
Yep. We've got an option where you can change it to green or clear, but we
okay.
also have some ceramic bowls that are an arty type of piece that are custom that some of the folks have had us do.
Very
These
nice.
doors are all, again, Burmese teak. Notice they have ventilation at the top and at
Yep.
the bottom so the air can flow.
Yeah.
You never have any mold in the boat.
That's
and
nice.
and they're beautiful. Open, so you don't have to do a bunch of straps and things. Beautiful door.
Yeah.
And you notice how it shuts? Everything shuts even. The door jambs are square.
Yeah.
And the inexpensive boats don't do that.
No.
The flooring here is a Burmese teak piece again, but what we've done on this is used 3 coats of a material called Duratec.
Duratec.
And
okay.
it's a mineral-filled polyester that's just really tough. It's the same basically polyester resin as the glass fiber, fiberglass. So it's kind of that sort of family of material.
Wow.
Holds up beautifully in a boat.
Right.
Let's go forward here.
All right. Now this is a selling feature, folks. This is a king size regular bed.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. What
It's a
size?
full-size king.
Yay.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
You can sprawl out on this.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
There's in the headboard there, there's a TV behind that one mirror. You can slide that out of the way.
All right.
And here, you want me to...
Can you do it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Got that. And the bed that we do is a triple density foam bed, and really comfortable. It starts off at the bottom with a layer of closed cell foam about 3/4 of an inch thick. Then we go in with a 4-inch layer of mattress foam, and then we go in with a 2-inch layer of the space foam type material, and then another 3/4 inches of kind of a mesh material that lets it breathe.
Yeah.
And it's a really comfortable bed. We've actually had our first owner that had us build them a bed for their home.
Oh wow! They said I sleep better on this boat.
On the boat.
Yeah.
And they couldn't buy it anywhere, so we've got one going up to BC right now, where the wife's like, I have back troubles and I sleep better on the boat. Why don't we just buy this bed? I can't find anything this good. So
wow.
Anyway, I spent a lot of time getting the beds just right.
Yeah.
While you're there, let me show you some other fun things with the behind the dash things. Again, I'm the engineer here,
right.
so
Yeah, you got to show us all the little tricks.
I love the little details.
Yep.
But when you get in here and take a look at this,
wow.
Take a look at the wiring and stuff. There's a light that I can switch on if I climb through there.
Oh, I
Maybe
see it over there.
You're better
You wanna hold it?
position.
Yeah.
If you can reach in, you see right up there, there's a little light switch up high, and there's a little toggle thing on it. It's a little white.
This thing right here?
Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah.
Excellent.
Swing it out. It worked. I think it's got more light if you... There you go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, now we can see.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then take a look at how the wiring is all supported correctly.
Yep. Everything's
and
zip-tied off.
even the colors are in a line, which is kind of unusual. But my guys, we give them a bonus for quality, and we kind of encourage them to just get it perfect every time.
Yeah, and it looks it.
Yeah. So really nicely done.
Access too.
Yeah. This is a kind of a special feature here too. So rather than having the electronics wired into the house batteries, which is where your thrusters and everything get their power, we've got them going to a dedicated battery that's just for the electronics. That then it has its own battery charger too. So basically, you never have to worry about your electronics being affected by a large load somewhere else in the boat and dropping out and things like that. When you're navigating tight channels and stuff, it's kind of nice to know that you never have to worry about your electronics dropping out.
Yeah, and one thing I really like too is how everything is labeled.
Yes, and look at the
all
labels.
along the
These
way.
are actually machined plastic labels.
That's what I
They're not little
recognize.
paper things. They're
No.
actually machined
They're not
labels
gonna
that are glued in.
fall off.
Yeah, they're bonded in place. So
Right.
not
Okay, well, let
again.
me switch off that little light so we don't
Okay.
put that on.
Good.
Easy enough.
Perfect. Yeah, I would tend to forget that. Here, that isn't typical is the floorboards come up and there's storage underneath. It
Oh
needs to be
wow, that's
cleaned.
deep.
Yeah, but a place to
So
put
extra
your
bedding.
flip-flops or
Yeah.
shoes, whatever,
Sure.
or dirty clothes,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
Just throw them under the floor. Not on the floor, but under the
That's it.
floor.
Here you've got a couple of drawers that are nice, and then more drawers,
Wow.
and then more storage, all under the bed.
Wow.
And then forward here is a hanging locker, and you'll see that the hanging locker, when it comes on open, a light comes on.
Oh.
And so again,
That's
little
nice.
details like that are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the foot of the bed here, I forgot to show you this. More storage.
Uh-huh. This boat is rich in storage, everyone.
Yes.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
jealous.
Very comfortable. When you go out and run with this boat for a couple of weeks, it's not. You
Yep.
Okay, so here we're in the starboard hull, and we've got another set of Jefferson pocket stairs.
Okay.
And these were actually, I toured Monticello, President Jefferson's mansion one time, and he had designed these stairs to get up into his library.
Okay.
And I took a picture and I thought, wow, these would be great in a boat. And so,
Yeah.
you know, again, another idea.
Right.
So come on down, Amanda.
Okay.
And if you look back here, to the aft, underneath the dinette, is a wonderful stateroom. Full queen-size bed.
Yep.
Nice light and hatches and windows, and there's even an overhead skylight, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So you have some natural light. It's not like going into a cave, which a lot of the boats are.
Yep.
It even has steps to go up onto the bed, and you've got a nice teak door again. And so then there's storage space behind the door. Here we are coming into the starboard head.
Yep.
And this one's even bigger. And originally this was designed as a pantry storage area, and there was a wall on this side of the stateroom. But the wives in the first three pre-sales were like, you know, we'd really like not to have to climb over each other when we get in and out of the bed.
Yep.
And so why don't we take this wall out, turn this into a bathroom, and then when it's just the two of us, which it is probably 80% of the time, we each have our own bathroom shower.
Nice.
And yet when you have guests, close the door. Your guests have their own bathroom shower and stateroom,
Right.
and the owners have the other side. So it really works well.
Yeah.
Here you've
That's
got,
very nice.
I'm standing in the shower.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep, and
Nice
another
and
cake
big,
tray.
full shower.
There's a curtain that snaps across here. And there's also an acrylic door piece that can go in here. A lot of the owners have just said, you know, I have to use the curtain anyway, why don't I just not do the acrylic piece? And they'll do a curtain. In the floor here, just details like I have to service something. I told you I always put pies everywhere.
Yep.
Everything is serviceable.
Smart.
Real spacious head. Another one of the beautiful sinks.
Yeah.
And then here's another nice big vanity. And if you come on in and we shut the door, here you've got a little linen closet.
Oh, that's nice.
You know?
Nice
So,
and deep on that one. Too.
Yeah. So again, you know, to really make another huge skylight.
Yeah, that's
Feel
nice.
the natural light. It's a nice space. It's not like
nice
going
and
in,
frosted glass there too.
Yeah, not like going into a cave.
No.
So then as we come forward here, and I'll let you shoot a picture before I go in.
Okay.
You've got nice steps and another.
Is for makeup all important for makeup?
That's it. And look what's behind here.
Yeah. More
little
storage.
makeup case, or whatever, a perfume box, or whatever you want to call it.
Right. Yep. Nice.
So then what I'll do, if you sit on the step there, sit here, and turn around, and I want to show another little feature. Let me get a picture. Now you're going to be there, and you've got a space.
So look here. I can reach all my stuff, put on my makeup. Oh, very nice. Grab my things, set it out.
It's good.
Throw it away when I'm done.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
Excellent.
And you know the other idea there, if you look there to the left, is
Hair
power.
dryer.
You can do the hair dryer.
Smart.
Yeah.
And some people like the magnified with the light
Right.
on the outside.
Right.
Actually, this one's even built in.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
Have to.
But the other idea there with the power and the 12-volt power is that you can hook a little computer and have that as a desk area. And if you look here, you put your feet here. Try that.
Okay.
So there you can really sit and have a workspace.
Nice workspace.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Excellent.
Notice these big hatches too. So I wanted, port lights here that were big, but I didn't want to have those big plastic things on the side of the boat like some of the guys are doing. I wanted a little bit more of a classic look.
And you get, I bet, nice airflow through here.
Exactly,
Nice.
and there's screens for them too.
Okay. These are some really cool features, and I guess we're gonna make our way out now, right?
All right.
All right.
Good deal.
Thank you. This was an excellent tour. I really appreciate listening to all the little details and things that you put into the works to make this just amazing. Like these steps, I mean, who would have thought? I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
And once again, there's a little bit of a storage here, and a spice rack over here. All these little things that make it just so homey. All that extra space. Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much for showing us all the details and the work that you've put into this. Tell me, how long has it been since you've had this boat out?
Well, it took us about 4 years to do the engineering and development and build all the molds and so forth, and then it's been about 18 months now in production, and we've built 4, and we have a whole bunch more of them to build.
Yes.
You know, and I want to kind of recap. We showed you a lot of the details of the boat and the engineering that's in it, but to really feel it, you've got to go out in the ocean and play with it.
Yeah.
And it is just like a magic carpet on the ocean. It's soft riding, it doesn't pound, it doesn't spray. It's a very different feeling than most boats when it really gets rough and choppy. It's just comfortable. Nice place to be even when it's choppy.
Right, yeah. So we got to go out in the open ocean, right?
That's it. Let's
Drink
do
a
it.
margarita. Yeah.
I'm ready.
I want to sex down
All right.
top. All right. Sounds good,
All
my
right.
friend. Thanks so much.